Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So today's not one of my usual recap videos, but I just saw on social media today regarding Once Upon a Time. It's not about if this series is getting picked up for a season 7 or if it's canceled or not. Um, but this news definitely will shake up the series moving forward. Um, I read that the main character Emma Swan, her portrayer, Jennifer Morrison, will no longer be on Once Upon a Time. She made a statement today saying that, she has thought long and hard about this, and this is the end of her 6-season contract. So she was debating about this for a while, whether she wanted to return to Once Upon a Time or not, and she made the tough decision not to return to the show. So if Once Upon a Time gets picked up for a season 7, Emma Swan will not be a part of it. And I don't know, when I read the news, I kind of had mixed feelings about it. Emma's never been one of my favorite characters, but thinking about it, her character's definitely has come a long way from her past in the foster care system and basically being alone for 28 years, and her coming to Storybrooke and not believing in the curse to accepting her role as the savior and actually finding love and being a mother figure to Henry. And as we saw last night, she got her new beginning. And like I said, I've never been an Emma fan, but I've never had a problem with Jennifer Morrison. I always thought she played Emma Swan very good. I know Emma Swan's a beloved character among many, and her character's definitely has come a long way. But some of the things I haven't liked over the years is the fact that Emma was always held on a pedestal, and Regina was kind of pushed to the side in regards to Henry and Regina being his adopted mother and Emma being his biological mother. It seems as though once Emma came, Henry forgot that Regina is his mother, the one that raised him for 10 years before Emma came to town, and all throughout the series we hear that Henry refers to Emma as mom when he's only known her for a short time when the series first started. But then he lives with Emma and doesn't live with Regina anymore. But then season 4, the writers said that Henry lives with Regina, but it seems like they just said that just to ease people's kind of doubts and questions. But we've seen seasons 5 and 6, he clearly lives with Emma, and just the type of language that Emma uses, that it just kind of makes Regina look bad. Like last night, with the final battle approaching, Emma said to Henry that if something happens to me, you won't have anybody. And I'm like, hello, he has his mother there. I remember back in season 3 when Henry, now keep in mind this was Pan disguised as Henry, but he said he wanted to stay over at Regina's house, and Emma thought that was just bizarre, at the fact that he'd want to stay at his own house. I mean, like, what the heck? Like, Regina gets no credit for that. So I've always felt like the writers have always favorited Emma over Regina in that aspect. And what also I always wondered about is the whole Neil and Killian situation. As many fans know, that Neil is Henry's biological father, and it seems like Emma's always had, even though her and Neil weren't together for how many years, it seemed like she always had feelings for him. And we saw in season 3 she was having a hard time deciding between Killian and Neil, and then we see that Neil dies in season 3. And it makes me wonder, did she always love Killian, or did she get him by default? Because I don't know. I kind of feel like if Neil hadn't died, she might have stayed with Neil. But it seems that her and Killian seem to have a good relationship, and what I really wish we saw more of of Emma's character. I really wish that we would have seen more scenes of her and her parents, because her scenes with Emma's scenes with her mom and dad, they're really touching, and just for the simple fact that they, didn't get to raise Emma. They didn't have time with her. Like last night, for example, Emma and her mom were picking out wedding dresses. When Emma and Killian went on their first date, Snow and Charming were waiting up for them, and it was really cute that they were being protective over her. I really wish we would have gotten more scenes of them. And I really wish Emma would have had more scenes of her little brother. I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, as we know, as fans of the show, we know that Emma was abandoned for 28 years. And then in season 3, when they're in Neverland, they had to make a wish, something that they longed for. And Emma said, "I want another baby." And that had to have really hurt Emma. I mean, I felt bad for Emma there, because here she's trying to get to know her parents and form a relationship with them. And here she hears that they basically want a replacement kid. I mean, that's got to have felt awful. And we really haven't gotten many scenes of her brother Neil. He seems kind of like a minor background character. But in regards to Captain Swan, I'm not a Captain Swan shipper, but I gotta say, I really think the two are good for each other. As we've seen, Killian's always been preoccupied with revenge and trying to get his crocodile, which I'm sure many have been trying to get Rumpelstiltskin over the years. But as he met Emma, that has seemed to change, that he wants to be a better person for Emma and wants Emma to be proud of him, and vice versa. She's always been special, and she just hasn't known it yet, and she's always been alone. And Emma said it perfectly last night, that just because she comes from true love doesn't mean that she believes in true love. And rightfully so, because Emma's had a tough life, and she's been alone, and anytime she's thought she's been in love with somebody, it doesn't work out. So she finally learned to open up and be vulnerable around Killian, which isn't easy for her to do. And they both have really come a long way. And what I also like is that even though I think that Emma was often favored over Regina, I definitely love their scenes together. That you could see, like, even from the pilot, when they both hated each other, they've come together and they're actually friends now, and they're able to put their differences aside and come together for Henry, because Henry does love both of them, and they're able to raise Henry together, and they have both helped each other through many things. I mean, Emma became the dark one because she didn't want Regina to become dark, because Regina has worked so hard to become a hero, and Regina helped Emma while she was the dark one. And that just shows a lot, that they've come a long way. So I'm very curious to see how Jennifer Morrison's departure is going to affect Once Upon a Time, because whether this is true or not, originally what I read is that the 4 people that are on the series now that they went back for season 7 is Jennifer Morrison, Colin, Robert Carlyle and Lana. So I'm wondering now, with Emma not coming for season 7, I'm wondering how that's going to impact the season finale next week, because as we know, it's the final battle. So it's prophesized that Emma will die in the final battle. So I'm wondering if she'll die in the final battle, or what, because with season 7, it definitely will be a big shakeup now that Jennifer won't be coming back. So yeah, she did say though, if season 7 did get, if they did get a season 7, she would come back as a guest star. So now, with Ginny and Josh not coming for a season 7 and Jennifer, I'm wondering now if they're gonna add somebody in Jennifer's place to be in the series, or what. I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with this. It makes me all the more curious about next week's episode. I'm anxiously anticipating the season finale next week. Jennifer did say though in her statement that she loves her fans and that she'll continue going to conventions and everything, and her schedule permitting, of course, and really thanked her fans for all the support through all the years. So I want to take a moment to say thank you to Jennifer Morrison for all your years on Once Upon a Time. It's definitely been fun watching you play Emma Swan and seeing your character's journey from becoming this non-magic believer to this all-powerful savior who finally got a fresh start, a new beginning. And I really wish you all the best in all your future work, and I definitely hope that if there is a season 7, you'll return as a guest star. So it definitely is an end of an era for the Once Upon a Time fandom. I hope you guys all tune into the season finale next week, the final battle. If you want to watch the final battle, it is on Sunday, 8 p.m. on ABC. I hope you guys all enjoyed my little video here, and I hope you all take a minute to message Jen on Twitter and just let her know and how much you care about her, and her and just show your appreciation toward her character, Emma. I mean, I'm not an Emma fan myself, but I could appreciate all the hard work she's done over the years, and that she's a beloved character among many. So I hope everybody takes a moment and can send Jen a nice message and say goodbye to Emma Swan. Until next time, stay regal.